Hello guys and welcome to my video where we'll be talking about Naruto To Boruto Shinobi Striker and is the game worth playing in 2020. So let's start from making some legit ninja, 100% normal that fits the ninja world just like Naruto did. As you can see, we have lots of customizations like face paints, hair parts and other avatar stuff, but I don't think that anything would actually cover this face and make it normal, so this ninja is doomed. What I regret is that I didn't purchase the first season seasonal pass because it would give me actually the Jiraiya costume with the frogs. I don't remember, they were named pretty Asian style, something like Suzuki and Yamaha. But with all those parts that were added since the game started, you can make a very nice type of hentai Sudoku type of ninja. And by that I mean a whip type. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this is nice. Yeah, so let's finalize my ninja. And this face clearly says that he lives in great pain and he is constantly mad due to that. Great. Okay, let's proceed. Now we got the shop. We are getting more and more awesome stuff. For example, Asuma ninja knuckle knives that you can see over there, or other animated effects on weapons. We got those moonlight scrolls, which I don't recommend because they are paid with real money and there is a chance you will get a low tier item. So they didn't make them give you, for example, only A to S rank items. It can drop literally anything. The next cool function that is introduced here is called Shinobi Boost. This allows you to pick a set that you like or an item and change the effects on them. So, humanity restored, we can all play Fashion Striker now. Things to note that they introduce some special items that from time to time are landing in the shop, and they will have special effects not present on any other item piece, and you are unable to move them with Shinobi Boost. These items are, for example, giving you some specific bonuses to ranged types, and you cannot achieve them in any other way. And I think they will at some point make those items be able to, you'll be able to buy them or move the set bonuses with Shinobi Boost. It probably requires some testing. Missions were also improved. Let's play an example mission, and the fun fact, this was tagged as White Genocide, which leads to Zetsu's, but I think it's because the mission really wants us to do some white genocide. Racism, yay! Okay. So missions are not like in previous Naruto games where you had to run the map, do some jutsus, unlock things, but they still resemble old Namco games. So let's see what we can do over here, except for White Genocide. You can collect some bottles, as you can see, you can do some kaitens, you can run to the checkpoints, do some more kaitens, collect the coins, and kill some big-ass clay dragons, that's normal. And of course do some more kaitens. Apart from that, you can kill bosses like large snakes that no one ever noticed in the village and clearly no one gives a shit. So you, as an infiltrating ninja, can kill the giant snake and leave the village unnoticed. Of course, you can also change the scene with cool-looking fog disappearing no jutsu. Apart from that, you will be fighting with a lot of story ninjas like Deidara or Pain, or you will witness Rock Lee training with Kakashi, in which Kakashi will just disintegrate him with Kamui, because that's what you do as a mentor. Fog disappearing no jutsu! I live in great pain! Okay, next thing that we can do is punish some ninja kids. You just need to pick a target that is a kid, and you use a specific action on them so they can regret creating kids, because hey, this is the real world, not a playground for kids, right? So, this is how you punish a kid. You pick your target, like this kid over here. And you just punish them till they won't commit seductive Sudoku or suicide Sudoku or just something like that. See? This is how it works. At some point they will regret what they do. Eventually they will kill themselves or recreate their character. Just look at this girl over here. Let's punish her. and bam! See? Insta grown up. She actually regret that she created a ninja and actually grown up. That's what we try to achieve in this ninja community. And another one. Yeah, that's right. And you just stalk them more. Okay, last target, let's see. Come on, kid. You will regret. Hey, hey, get back here. Get that. Yeah, that's right. Hey. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, that's right. Holy shit. This one knows what he did and he's weaving to me from below so I can notice him. He knows his mistake. Damn. That's the first way to repent. Nice. Okay, but seriously, let's talk about the pros and cons right now. I need to drop you a summarization of is the game worth of buying, right? So, first of all, I played this game since it's out. I bought it for the original price without any discounts. I didn't, wait for maybe it will be in some promotion or something. I'm here just from the beginning. I'm trying to keep the community pretty alive with doing some videos from time to time on this or that platform, talking, helping people out on forums and so on. So, game is way more stable than it was before, because at the beginning, for those of you who might remember, we had a huge lag problem, huge disconnect problem. Sometimes people were just waiting for a game, but the game was never finding, even though like a few hundreds of people were just standing and waiting in the queue. We had cheaters, a lot of them. We still see them, but it's rarely. And we had a lot of bugs, like remember casting one jutsu and being unable to finish the mission because the jutsu actually bugged you. Yeah, I didn't see that lately. For a long time, actually. Game devs did a lot of work to help with a lot of problems here, and the game is more and even more stable than it was before. The online is also up, although this is, I bet the main factor is that coronavirus is on, right? So, as to pros and what is better in the game and what devs actually did to make it better. The first thing is that we got more customization, like titles, hairstyles, face paints, clothing, and so on. It's just, you can basically play Fashion Striker, right? Money system was balanced. At the beginning, money was a huge problem because everyone was just making millions of gold, right? And as a player that was playing on the beginning, I didn't farm gold or do anything like that, but I still have shitloads of it. But mostly because I actively played. So if people weren't playing actively, they just have a lot of money because they were playing before and now they're like, haha, I'm rich as hell. No, because Shinobi Boost, which I did show you before, is costing pretty much, I think, 80,000, and even the two additional properties that were added later are even more expensive. I don't remember the price right now, but it's pretty expensive, so the money was balanced that way. And since we have even more premium stuff, like from the scrolls from the S and A tier that you want to get, the scrolls are more expensive. You need to farm them now, you need to buy them, and actually the balance was the market is flowing, I will just put it like that. Okay, so what's next? Missions were improved, as I said before, less lags, less bugs, and some ninjas are the opponent ninjas are actually using some additional jutsus to interrupt you. So they did those few tiny improvements that actually it's really nice to play, to see this stuff on, right? Weekly quest system is awesome. They introduced weekly missions for rewards, like for example farming the scrolls to get the animated weapon effects and stuff. This is pretty cool, and it actually requires you to do a lot of different activities, like hey, open like 30 scrolls, right, or do missions, which is essential here. You have like 5 or 6 missions. You do them and you get scrolls. But it's nice to see that you have various activities to do, including the PvE content, which is missions. Jutsu rebalance. And of course, some jutsus were bugged, but they also fixed that. And jutsus were rebalanced, improved. Some of them have improved tooltips, effects, and additional jutsus were implemented as we have in that second season some time ago. And we have a plenty of fun jutsus introduced with the 2 seasons with the masters. Also, it appears that game devs did hear that people were complaining that free jutsu isn't enough, that like we want more. So a few new ultimate jutsus actually have additional effects. For example, you can open the last gate with Guy, because he was introduced some time ago. And this actually, apart from the gate opening effects, it give you additional jutsu that are replacing your main jutsus, the air strikes, if I remember correctly, and you also can hit additional button to do a final jutsu out of that. It's the kick that he did in the series to beat the shit out of Madara, and this had some minor side effect like diarrhea or death. I don't remember right now. Moving on. More masters. There is a lot of new stuff that was introduced, as I mentioned before, with the 2 seasons, and there is a lot of amazing content, amazing jutsus, and as I said, few of them have just additional inputs. Although I still like to play the story characters, I mean the basic built-in characters, because I'm not sure if you noticed that, but they have their own, apart from voice lines, which is obvious, they have their own movesets, combos, and stuff like that. So it's really fun to play them, the built-in characters. Now let's go to the harsh things about the game. There are a few points, but they are pretty crucial. So devs didn't actually do anything about it since the game started, but I can bet my head that this is why the most people stop playing this game, and they are still stopping even though coronavirus. I observed the online and it's still getting lower, even though we had like jumps to 700 something. I'm talking only about PC, okay? PC Master Race. The thing is that people on ranked and quick games are allowed to do form and pre-made, and this is something that is this makes people leave the game extremely fast, and even the lockdown won't help here, right? People are destroying the game also because they are stupid. No one tried to stop that. They just do a 4-man with the best jutsu setups and, you know, team played with their teammates versus random players. And this is destroying the game because they are like, hey, we are so pro and we are just destroying those guys, right? And they just, I don't know, feel pretty good that they are destroying the game they play. I don't know what type of thinking is that, right? This point also makes players hard to get to the top rank, because top rankers are usually top rank is full of people that were actually there because they got there in party with their teammates. It's pretty funny because I was fighting a lot of those top players on solo, and they are really bad. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying that all of them are like that, but top players, at least on the PC, belong to one of the 3 groups. The first is really good players, people that know how to use the proper moves, how to dodge, how to mind fuck you, and they just play really good. It's quality content there. I think the first that I recall is called Hanabi Hyuga, from the good players group. Second group is the people that are playing in group, right, of 4 men. it's just impossible to win versus 4 men when you play unless they are they are newbies, right? And the third group are players that just find the most broken combos and they use them, like combo of jutsu that is doing a lot of stuff to you, then they just need to dodge or just lock you in a stun lock you in a combo. The jutsu are refreshing pretty quick and they are just repeating until you die. This leads to the next downside of the game. It's melee fighters. It's basically they can keep you in infinite stun lock till you won't die, right? I know how to do those things, I am just not using that, but I don't think this will be ever addressed because people were like, hey, you could just use your substitution jutsu and you are free, right? No, it's completely not solving any problem. I played a lot of skill-demanding PvP games and this is not an answer to think. You should balance this, right? Going further, Fashion Striker. Because we got only one avatar, so if you want to create, let's say, a Toad Sage, yeah, you can do that for sure. But if you want to switch to your Hidden Mist Assassin or Sand Rogue Ninja, you need to go back to the most useless character in the Naruto universe, go through all of the menus, customization, change your title, your hair, your face paint. It just takes a lot of time, and this is it is ruining a lot of fun for people like me that actually like the role play part of it, that like to enjoy the world. Because if I need to instantly change to my healer, I would like to be the healer using my bugs, that is using the bug title or something, not look like typical Toad Sage and be someone completely different. This also brings us to the next point, jutsu limitation. Game showed us how great a Naruto MMO or more open online game would be if people would invest more into it. I guess Bandai won't go further with it since they are not the type of company that do or oversee such games. This actually makes a conflict with their vision, how their games looks, and I don't think they would ever go outside of that because, it's a corporation. They would say no, because if we will fuck up something, we would, lose our our image and so on. But what about the limitation? How can I create a ninja using various, let's say, Doton jutsus? If, for example, literally all of them are belonging to tank type, right? If I would like to make some cool water ninja, from the Highland Mist or something, those jutsus are also limited. I think they are only for the ranged type, and you have like 2 or I don't know, 3. You could also go with the ice, but that's only a few jutsus, right? And I believe the best water jutsus are actually for the tank type, which is why I love the tank type the most. So the water is divided by those ranged and tank, and this is limiting, right? You just always need to be limited to that type. If they would start introducing, even not with masters, but just introduce more jutsus, that would be really fun to make those thematic ninjas, right? Like I don't know, Hidden Mist Assassin or some, I don't know, Doton Earth user that is not exactly into taijutsu but more into ninjutsu. He's just mixing the tricks. Naruto was pretty rich universe, and if you will play this game, you will start noticing those limitations that actually hurts. That really hurts. Those are the changes for now. I'm currently waiting for the third season. I will for sure buy the season pass this time because I didn't buy it for the first or the second season. I didn't know what the game will introduce and if they will do something with the bugs and so on, so I didn't want to spend the money. and I actually ended up with buying all of the characters one by one anyway, so I will try to exchange that purchase for the season pass. Since I already got all the characters, I would just like to have those tiny additional skins that there were introduced in the season. The general, my honest opinion on this game is, if you would ask me, is it worth of buying, I would say 50-50 or 40-50. If the game devs won't introduce any tournament mode that allows ranked tournaments, or just a separate mode that allows teaming up of 3+ people, so you could play quick matches and ranked games safely, because you will never face a 4-man pre-mate, this game will die, and that's a fact. I'm here since the beginning, and I can see the online going down, and this is what will happen. Apart from that, the game is worth its full price if you are a Naruto geek. Otherwise, if you just watch the game and you feel, yeah, that's pretty cool, I would just advise you to wait for a promotion, because this game is getting discounts pretty often. So my general opinion is just wait for the price to get lower. I'm a great fan, I will support the game, but as I said, those few things that I mentioned are a huge stopper, especially that pre-made stuff. Apart from that, game is way better than it was. So as I said, if you are a great Naruto fan, just go for it. If you feel like you just want to play this game, this universe, for some PvE, PvP, wait for a game discount, it will come. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of the gameplay.